Hello everyone and welcome to the Always Ready podcast, brought to you by HARMAN Automotive. Now this is a program for automotive engineers and product management professionals and enthusiasts where we explore customer-centric mobility experiences and look into the technologies that are driving them with superb guests. Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Oisin, Lunny. I help great people, companies and organizations tell their best stories through podcasts, through digital experiences and through events. And joining us today is Winton, the Senior Manager UX Architect, and he leads an interdisciplinary team within HARMAN's car audio Epic Experience team, which is the best name for an experience team I have ever heard. It's just great. I get like job title envy whenever I meet somebody from the Epic Experience team. What's not to like about that? So the Epic Experience team, in case you are wondering, they are focused on transforming the in-car user experience by leveraging technologies across the HARMAN Automotive Group. And alongside the rest of the Epic Experience team at HARMAN, Riley helps to create next-generation user experiences for the automotive world using the latest technologies from the domains of acoustics, sound, movement, and lighting, UX, and so much more. It is really cutting-edge, cool stuff. So welcome to the podcast, Riley. It is great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Oisin. Glad to be here.
Now, we caught up about this time last year. We had a chat about all things that were happening with HARMAN and HARMAN Automotive at CES, and it was utterly fascinating. But just in case any of the folks have not listened to that podcast yet, I'd love for you just to spend a couple of minutes telling our wonderful listeners and viewers a little bit about yourself, like how long you've been at HARMAN and what is it that you do?
Certainly. Well, again, my name is Winton. I've been at HARMAN for almost 10 years. I started as an acoustic systems engineer, so doing tunings, customers, braided audio systems, JBL, Toyota, those types of things. So making cars sound great. After a few years, I transitioned into a little more of an R&D or research and design role. Now, as you mentioned, I'm a member of our Epic Experience team. And now it's about, yes, taking great sound as our foundation, but building all those other sensory layers, not just sound, but light, design, movement, all these things to kind of tickle all of your senses and putting it all together to create the next generation of in-car experiences, like you already said.
Phenomenal. Now, this time last year at CES, again with HARMAN Automotive, I had a wonderful immersive audio experiences. I was sitting in the seat of one of the demo cars and it was literally, like getting transported away, excuse the pun. But talk to us a bit about seat-based audio experiences. This is very new stuff. It's very groundbreaking and it's very cool. What should our viewers and listeners know about seat-based audio?
It's a great question. So seat-based audio experiences, let's start from the basics, right? What is seat-based? Well, it's based on the seat. What I mean is we can optimize the listening or the audio experience based on what each person wants. So I'll give you a couple examples. Start with one of the more complicated ones, sound zones. So imagine you have a family of 4 driving down the road. Little Johnny wants to watch his movie. Little Susie can watch her cartoons. Mom might be able to listen to a podcast, and maybe dad can watch or listen to the radio. So in that case, we're actually delivering different content to each seat based on very complicated, of course, transducer and speaker technologies, some active noise cancellation, kind of all putting all that together to deliver those seat-based experiences. Similarly, on a more simple example, what we're actually showing this year is same content, right? Maybe we're all listening to the same music now, but how can we let each person optimize or adjust for their preference, right? Some people just like more bass or like more impact, maybe like more immersion. Maybe some people want more of a traditional stereo audio experience. Whatever they want, they can dial it in based on their own independent seat and have exactly what they're looking for.
This is wonderful. I love the fact that it's very focused on the end user, the passenger, the driver. What's the best in-car experience for them? And it's not the easiest environments to design these incredibly sophisticated experiences in. So I know the technology under the hood, pardon the pun, is really next level. But talk to us a bit about what are some of the key technological advancements that are contained in this new experience. I mean, what is part of the HARMAN automotive portfolio that really sets it apart from the competitors?
Yeah, great question. So as you said, there's a lot of technology, right? We've packed a lot of sensors and mechanics and movements and motors and all this stuff into a car. And to me, the beauty of it, though, is not only do we have the world's best minds, right, creating the actual, call them technical nuggets, but to me, what sets us apart is how do we piece them together, right? Make them put together under a cohesive umbrella to look and feel seamless so that, yes, we have all this fancy tech going under the hood, as you said, but to the user, it looks so clean and simple. And a big way we do that is through our brands. As you know, and many others know, Harman has a house of brands, but we want to make each of them special and unique. Those are kind of the vessel that we use to carry forward all these technologies. We want them make them feel unique between each and make each user feel special in the car that they're in.
Amazing. And talk to us a bit about the role that lighting has in these kind of next generation in-vehicle audio experiences. It's all adding up in a very new way, thanks to the work that you and your colleagues are doing.
Yes, it might be new for automotive, but I mean, if you've ever been to a concert, I mean, anyone who's ever gone to a pop concert, they're expecting an amazing light show, right? It's not just music; it's a truly multi-sensory thing, and we want to bring that same energy into the car. So this year, there's two technical pieces that we're launching. One is our illuminated speaker, so it's a more or less a regular automotive transducer speaker, but we've integrated lighting directly into the design of it. So we're balancing kind of the acoustic, the good sound requirements with visual and industrial design. So putting those two together to give OEMs, give automakers more opportunities to bring lighting in without having to add, punch new holes in sheet metal and do all that other stuff. And then the other one is we have a lighting control algorithm. So we've actually taken this from our consumer products. So many of you might be familiar with the JBL Pulse or the Harman Kardon or a Studio. I mean, we're the industry leader in portable speaker technology, and many of them have integrated light shows. So we've brought that algorithm into the car, and that allows the lights to not only just turn on and look beautiful, but to dance and react in harmony with the music in real time. So to your question, how can we enhance audio with lighting? I arguably can't think of a better example than that.
100%. I love it. It's one of the many occasions that, when I've spoken to folks from Harman, I thought, why has nobody done this before? Or, wow, this is just the way it should be. Maybe that's the sign of great customer focused innovation, is that when you hear about it or when you see it or when you experience it, you think, why hasn't this existed before? This is everything I want.
And that's the exact energy we want to bring, because our tagline has been consumer experiences, automotive grade, right? People now expect this stuff, right? In your phone or in the concert you might go to. Why can't we have the same experience in a car? And we want to challenge that status quo.
Phenomenal. I love it. That's a great mission statement. I'm 100% on board. So we're here at the heart of CES. We've got lots of delegates who are getting demos of Auto One car audio. They're seeing the in-car lighting revolution. What have some of your reactions been? I mean, when people sit down and they hear this, in-car audio, the kind of in-seat audio, they see the lights, what's their reaction been to you?
Been great feedback. Definitely some of those technical pieces I mentioned, the illuminated speakers. We have a new ImmersiFi audio upmixer. So there's some buzz about some of the key, I guess, subcomponents. But really, a lot of the commentary has been about how it all comes together, right? It's so seamless and cohesive. It doesn't feel like a bunch of stuff, right? It's a combined, cohesive brand experience. In this case, we're doing Harman Kardon. Obviously, we have many other brands, but that's been the brightest feedback I've gotten so far.
Yeah, customers today, they want a joined up experience. They don't want any kind of silos between how they interact with elements of a brand or a brand's ecosystem. And this is absolutely one of the things that you do at Harman Automotive so magnificently is there's no silos. There's no joins. It's just totally seamless. But you did mention there a very exciting new product that I am, really looking forward to finding out more about. It's called ImmersiFi, and I believe it involves upmixing. Tell us more about this.
Sure. So yes, ImmersiFi is our new Harman audio upmixer algorithm. Let me first start for any non-audio people out there what an upmixer does. So nowadays, whenever someone listens to music, I'd say vast majority of the time they're listening to stereo audio. So left and right, two channels of audio. That's been the industry standard in music for decades. It sounds great. It works great for music. The problem is if you're in a home theater or a car, often you have many more than two speakers, right? So what do we do? How do we route that signal and make it sound great for a complement of speakers? Well, that's where an upmixer comes in. We take that input two channel stream and we split it or we upmix it into a greater number of channels. So some of you might have heard 5.1, 7.1, these types of multi-channel audio formats. That's what an upmixer does. Now, obviously an upmixer needs to not color the sound or add artifacts or noise. So there are good and bad upmixers that have been around for years. Well, ImmersiFi is our newest one. Obviously, it sounds great. It was made to be very transparent, very clear, right? To let you hear the details of the music and, again, not color the sound. I'll also highlight, though, it was made to thrive in the automotive environment, right? So automotive can be tough. There's a lot of features in tech that are attempted to pack into these cars. And the lighter we can make these things, the better. Obviously, for the OEMs or the automakers, they want lighter and cleaner and cheaper, of course. But for the end user, you have to think, okay, well, if there's less space taken up by this, I can put more stuff in there instead. So more features, more digital experiences, more software packages. So it's kind of a win for everyone.
As you mentioned there, it's a challenging environment. There's not a lot of space. Space is at a premium. There's lots of noise from outside, from inside. There's interesting dimensions within the cabin. How do you kind of protect that brand value of Harman and the incredible branded audio heritage there? How do you ensure the very, very best audio in these challenging in-car environments?
Well, we have a number of tools. I'd say the first one is starting with acoustics, right? Putting the right speakers in the right location can be a challenge. As you mentioned, vehicle geometry, cabin acoustics, reflections. I mean, there's all these acoustic things that interact with in the car. So we have a whole team of brilliant engineers who do acoustic simulations so that ahead of time we can predict, okay, this is going to work, that's not going to work. That way we're not taking up dead weight in a car that's not necessary. We can give the OEMs, as slim and trim of a package, but we can still deliver the amazing sound requirements that we need to bring the brands to life. So that's one. I would also say we have a handful of noise management technologies, as you mentioned. So road noise cancellation, engine order cancellation, even sound field control. So kind of the opposite side. How do we get rid of the sounds you don't want to hear? And I'm sure you're familiar, and everyone else, cars can be noisy, right? It's not a good listening environment by default. So we have a lot of tools to try to handle that. And then last is always kind of my favorite, our tuners. Acoustics, yes, it's mathematics, it's physics, but there's definitely an art to it. And we have, and I'm biased, but we have the greatest tuners in the world. To bring good sound into a car is very complicated, and it takes kind of both sides of the brain. Again, knowing the nuts and bolts, but also how to weave it together and make it still feel musical, organic, and honest.
100%. It's a beautiful kind of marriage of art and science and engineering.
Exactly.
It's just second to none. That's incredible. Obviously, AI is a big topic as it has been for a while. I'm curious to know how AI has made its way into this area of in-car audio and like what does it actually mean for the end user experience?
Yep, great question. So AI is huge. I'm stealing someone else's quote, but I feel like a couple of years ago you couldn't buy a blender without AI in it. I mean, everything is AI is finding its way into every industry, and definitely ours as well. So I would say it for sure applies to all those things I just described, right? Acoustic simulation, noise management. To me, when I think of AI, I mean, I think of machine learning, neural networks. It's a tool, right? It's a way to write an algorithm or some kind of solution to solve complex problems that normally required manual human intelligence, right? We can put that on a computer in a simple way. So optimizing things, that one's easy. Improving algorithms, AI is a big part of that. But I would also ladder it up one level and talk about perceptual intelligence, right? So again, we have all this technology packed into the car, radar and sensors, and able to detect your breathing rate and your heart rate just from looking at you. But what do we do with that data, right? That's a place where I'm most excited to see how AI can help, because now we can actually help make you safer, make you more relaxed. Maybe you're getting drowsy. The system can detect that, but then make an intelligent recommendation of what we can do to help you, right? Wake you up, change the climate, give you some massage or some haptics, turn up the music, change the song. I mean, so many examples, but AI is really helpful with that kind of human intersection of how to make it fit for each person.
Fantastic. And this is, I guess, kind of tying into the whole area of personalization as well. So
Absolutely.
it's really opening up so much, like a new paradigm for the in-car experience for drivers, for passengers. This is absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to invite you to take out your crystal ball now, Riley. I know you've got a good one. What would you say to our viewers and listeners about any technology features or innovations that they can expect from Harman car audio in the near future?
That's a big one.
Yes.
Well, obviously, I would expect improvements across the board because of things like AI, right? New tools that come along. There's always a new breakthrough around the corner in acoustic technology, new speaker material. Those things are certainly coming. But also, again, on the kind of the big picture, our brand experiences that we're putting together. Many people might see our brands, again, our entire house of brands, and think, oh, it's the same sound just with a different sticker on it, right? That's so far from the truth. We really care so much about our brands. We want each of them to feel special and unique, not just in look or in sound, but in the overall experience. So keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be making a big push to continue to build these brand experience packages with unique digital experiences, physical components, speakers, amplifiers, lighting. I mean, again, all of your senses are kind of under this brand umbrella, and that's something we're going to be making a big push for over the next few years.
Outstanding. Thank you, Riley. You've really set things up for 2025 and beyond there. So listen, thank you, Riley Winton, so much for your time. We really appreciate you joining us, and that was a fascinating discussion.
Thank you, Oisin. It's been fun.
Awesome. So, my dear friends, if you enjoyed that as much as I did, don't forget to spread the word. Do tell all your colleagues, friends, and family all about the Harman Automotive Always Ready podcast. And for more amazing content, interviews, challenges, all the good stuff, feel free to visit car.harman.com and explore.harman.com. So listen, we will be back with more amazing interviews. We will see you next time.